Hey Colton, thanks for coming to camp here. Just touching base on your mechanics of your swing. Found some things to work on here that I think are going to make a big difference in your swing. All in all, I like how your setup is. You're nice and clean with our start. Very athletic, and some things you do very well, and some things that I think you can work on. So let's go ahead and get started here in regards to your swing. And first thing I'm going to do is I want to talk about your stance and your start, your setup. You definitely have kind of a Bryce Harper kind of start and load. I don't know if you've seen Bryce Harper hit, but I like how you get things started here. A lot of head movement, a lot of hand movement, little timing mechanisms. I like how you clear your hands to get yourself back as you load. You kind of separate your hands. You kind of start them here. As I go here to load them, you really separate them back. Head stays nice and quiet. The barrel stays nice and tall. One thing we got to make sure is I'm going to talk really quick about land foot. The biggest thing is I wouldn't change anything in your stance and your setup really good. Got to make sure when your front foot lands that you're done going forward. And that's going to be the biggest thing is you do a lot of hip sliding. And you'll get out in front and you'll hip slide. And that's going to get you in trouble as you get a little bit older. So this is land foot right here. And you kind of do the Bryce Harper turn-in foot thing, which is fine. But we got to make sure that at some point you can't go any more farther through with our hips. Because as you go forward, you can see that knee begins to bend on me as I kind of bow out that front foot. Watch this front knee kind of begins to bend. And it doesn't get totally firm at contact. It kind of stays bent. We got to make sure we hit against a closed, firm front side. Your foot is closed, but your knee is too much flex. You can see a contact is still not locked. It doesn't have to be locked, but it's still pretty firm. But I think it can be closed off and hit against a firm, closed front side. I think it can be a little bit firmer. What you do is you kind of slide up into the ball compared to just doing a land foot and really rotating into the ball and creating a little bit more power on that lower half to create some more leverage. You kind of see as you swing, you kind of go up to it. So you kind of stay down as I swing in, you kind of lift. So you kind of go from here at contact, your head wants to be solid. So if I draw a line on my eyes right here, I want my head to stay on that line all the way through my swing. But if you see here, as I come through, my head begins to come up. So I'm kind of coming into contact, and then at contact, like after contact, then you're locking out your front side. You can kind of see after contact, you begin to lock out, and I think it's going to make a big difference for you if you can just get yourself more balanced and strong at contact, and at the end, kind of check yourself. So you can see right here, I have my front side kind of firm, but I have my back side kind of firm. And at this point of our swing, I want the front side to be kind of firm and closed, but I still want a decent angle in my back leg. And you'll see that it's a little bit straight, which means you're going to push off the back side and kind of go drift to the ball a little bit. So if your timing's just a little bit off, so you kind of have that little hop up there in the front, and that's going to get you off balance on off speed and stuff that's away. Because typically what happens with big league guys is once their land foot hits, they're done going forward. So your land foot hit, and you can see if I draw a line here, hip and hands and your head, typically guys don't go forward anymore, but you'll see you go right through that line, and then I'm going to be at contact. That's a little bit better, but we kind of lock out at contact here, and then you kind of come up. The other thing I see too is if I go back, you want to make sure that your knees are a little bit more farther apart. You can see at contact when I kind of lock my back leg and my front leg out, those knees are too close together. If you watch big league guys hit, you'll see at contact that their knees are a lot farther apart. So, for example, you can kind of take this foot, have it a little bit more out in front, and have that back heel kind of be facing more the guys on deck getting ready to get videoed. Kind of have the heel go that way, and have your foot just a hair longer. But if you just move your heel out there, it's going to hit against the closed front side better, and it's also going to get more space in between your knees, which is going to make you stronger and use your lower half more. Because you get a little bit to be more upper body kind of thing compared to using our lower half. You can see how you kind of stutter stepped on that front part after our swing. This is a good approach, a good bat angle right there. Pretty good. Just missed that ball. But again, at the end, you can see how those knees are kind of close together. And then at the end, let's see if you do a little bit of a hop. You can see your head goes forward, and you can't really hold your finish. So So a lot of this you kind of push off your backside into your front side, which is okay. But at some point, when you do a land foot, then you got to rotate into the front side and not keep drifting forward with our hips. You can see, kind of have a little bit of a hip slide in there. And then when I hit, I kind of lock both legs out and come up. So do a lot of T work. So at the end of your swing, you can kind of check yourself out and hold your finish. So you kind of have a closed front side, but then you have a nice angle in this back leg here compared to it being kind of straight right here. That's going to make a big difference into, just getting you more consistent. Hitting the ball harder to all parts of the field is going to get you stronger, using more body behind it, and I think it's going to make a big difference in your swing. So hopefully this will help you. Watch this over and over again, and we hope to see you back at camp real soon.